Hello everyone. In this video, we are going to see about rectifier type instruments. Before this, we have seen electrostatic, electrodynamic, and thermocouple type instruments. So in this video, we will see about rectifier type instrument. So here, instrument of this type measure only AC. This instrument incorporate rectification technique and therefore called as a rectifier type instrument. In this video we will see about AC voltmeter and AC ammeter. So this is what we have seen. These instruments incorporate rectification technique. So rectification technique is important in this case. So what is rectification? It is the conversion. Just a second. So a rectifier element, preferably silicon diode. Why silicon diode? Because of its high forward current and low reverse current rating. Okay. Silicon diode is used in such instrument which convert conventional AC signal to DC, which is then indicated by a DC meter, that is PMMC meter, permanent magnet moving coil meter. So the DC meter shows the amount of rectified AC. So rectification is essential since the DC meter cannot follow the frequent transitions of AC signal due to its damping mechanism and inertia. An AC signal with a substantially low frequency, not more than 0.1 Hz, can cause the pointer of the meter to follow the instantaneous changing levels, but for a normal or high frequency AC signal, the meter settles at the average value of the signal, that is, it indicates 0. Okay. So we will see AC voltmeter first. The AC voltmeter can be categorized on the basis of the rectification technique used as full wave rectifier voltmeter, half wave rectifier voltmeter, and half bridge full wave rectifier voltmeter. Okay, we will see one by one these voltmeter types. So first is full wave rectifier voltmeter. Full wave rectifier voltmeter. A full wave rectifier voltmeter incorporates a full wave rectifier which consists of diodes that convert the AC signal into a series of unidirectional current pulses that pass through the PMMC instrument to cause positive deflection. You can see the circuit of the full wave rectifier voltmeter in the figure, this one, left side figure. When a sinusoidal input signal, here you can see sine input. When a sinusoidal input signal is applied to the circuit, the positive half cycles of the signal are passed by the circuit while the negative half cycles are inverted. Okay, that means suppose we are considering two cycles. Okay, this one is first cycle and this is second cycle. So what happens here? In the output you can see the waveform is only of positive pulses, So what happens in this full wave rectifier? The positive cycles of signal are passed. Okay, that means positive cycles will be same in the output. And the second part, the negative pulses. What about negative pulses? They are inverted, that means they are reversed in positive. So that's why this is the output waveform of full wave rectifier. The diode D1 and D4, okay, here you can see diode D1 and D4 conduct whenever the positive half cycle appear at the input. Okay, if we consider the input waveform, so during this positive half cycle, diode D1 and D4 will conduct. As a result, current flows through the PMMC meter from top to down. On the In the negative half cycle, at the input cause diode D2 and D3 to conduct the causing the current to flow again through the meter in the same direction. Okay, during this negative half cycle, diode D2 and D3 will conduct, and in both cases this current direction through the meter will be same. Thus the output current of the circuit is a series of positive half cycles with there is no interruption between that half cycles. That means continuous waveform is there. So here you can see continuously half cycles are there in the output. Okay. Here when this input is applied, in the positive half cycles D1 D4 conducts, and in the negative half cycle this D2 and this D3 will conduct. Okay. The multiplier resistance Rm is connected here, multiplier resistor, this one multiplier resistor, it is connected to limit the current through the meter in the same way as in the case of DC voltmeter. The meter must indicate the RMS value. Okay, what is RMS value? That is 0.707 into peak value or maximum value. We can say IP or IM, that is maximum value. So the meter must indicate the RMS value of the quantity. Quantity means any one current or voltage being measured while this meter deflects in the proportion to the average value of current. Okay, then again what is the average value? It is the 0.637 into peak value, that is IP or IM, peak or maximum value. This value of measured current can be expressed in the terms of RMS value, average value and peak value as they are directly related to each other. The RMS value of a quantity is 1.11 times its average value. Okay. Therefore, the linear scale of the meter can be calibrated accordingly. So here you can see I average, I RMS and I peak are mentioned. Okay. So this is the maximum value, that is I peak, and IRMS is 0.707 times of this peak or maximum current, and I average is 0.637 of peak or maximum value. The low input voltage causes the rectifier current to be low, which causes the errors due to variation in the voltage drop of diode. To eliminate this effect, half-wave rectifier voltmeters having shunt resistance across the meter are used. The full wave rectifier voltmeter deflects the RMS value of the quantity only when the pure sinusoidal signal is applied to its input. So for these meters, pure sine wave as the input is required. Next is half wave rectifier voltmeter. The circuit of half wave rectifier voltmeter you can see on the screen here. It consists of two diodes D1 and D2, a multiplier resistance RS, a PMMC meter and shunt resistance RSH. Okay. The shunt resistance RSH is included in the circuit so that sufficiently large current, that means larger than the meter current IM, okay, can flow through the diode D1 when a positive half wave appears at the input. That is when diode D1 is forward biased. So for this, the diode is biased above the knee voltage and well in its linear range of characteristics. Now, when a negative half wave appears at the input, the diode D2 starts in the negative half cycle. Diode D2 starts conducting some voltage drop Vf occurs across the meter and diode D1 due to D2 during negative half cycle. This eliminates the possibility of any reverse leakage current flowing through the meter via diode D1. The meter is also protected by diode D2 against any reverse voltages. It can be seen from the figure that the output current waveform developed across the meter and shunt resistance RSH consists of space in a series positive half cycles. Okay, in full wave output it was continuous positive half cycles in the output, but here in this half wave, here there is some space between the positive half cycles of the output. So here this spacing is there. The meter of the half wave rectifier voltmeter indicates the average value of the current under measurement as a I average which is 0.5 into 0.637 into peak or maximum value of current, which can be converted to its RMS equivalent by calibrating the meter scale. Then next is, so next is half bridge full wave rectifier voltmeter. The circuit of hub bridge full wave rectifier voltmeter, you can see here on the screen. This is the figure of hub bridge full wave rectifier voltmeter. In the figure, you can see the circuit consists of two diodes D1 diode D1 and D2, two resistances R1 and R2, and PMMC meter. The full wave bridge rectifier consists of four diodes, while this voltmeter circuit consists of only two diodes. Hence, it is called as a half bridge full wave rectifier voltmeter. The full wave rectified current of this circuit passes through the meter, whereas only some part of the current is bypassed through the meter in case of half wave rectifier voltmeter. When the positive half cycle appears at the input, the current starts flowing through the terminal P, making diode D1 as a forward biased and D2 as a reverse biased. It then passes through the meter and resistance R2, and the meter is parallel to the resistance R1. A small portion of current flows through the meter and R2, while the major part of the current flowing in D1 diode passes through the R1. Similarly, in negative half cycle appears at the input side, the current flows through the terminal Q, making diode D2 as a forward biased and D1 as a reverse biased. The current in this case flows through the R1 meter diode D2 and reaches the terminal P. Now the series combination of resistance R1 and meter is parallel to the resistance R2. As the major part of current flows through R2 and only a small portion of current flows through the series combination. In this voltmeter circuit, the diodes are forced to operate above the knee voltage of their characteristics, and the differences in the characteristics of both diodes are compensated. Rectifier circuit, sorry, rectifier instruments cannot be used as a AC ammeter directly. The prerequisite for the AC ammeter is to have very low resistance, which implies that a very low, that is less than 100 millivolt voltage drop should occur across the ammeter, as it is connected in series with the circuit in which the current is to be measured. Typically, there is a voltage drop of 0.3 to 0.7 volt across the diode, and for the bridge rectifier the total voltage drop goes high to 0.6. 0.6 to 1.4 volt. Therefore, a rectifier instrument cannot be used to measure AC current directly. However, using a current transformer with rectifier instrument provides a very low terminal resistance and low voltage drop. If the secondary turns of the transformer are more than its primary turns, the input voltage gets stepped up so that sufficient voltage can be provided for rectifier operation. At the same instant, the current through the primary winding is stepped down by the transformer so that the PMMC meter can measure efficiently. Hence, the current transformation ratios Ns upon Np equals to Ip upon Ns upon Np equals to Ip upon Is. Okay, of the transformer in the ammeter circuit holds where N represents the number of turns in the transformer winding and I is the current flowing through that windings. The subscript S and P represents secondary and primary winding of the transformer respectively. The circuit of rectifier ammeter you can see on the screen. The load resistance RL connected in parallel to the secondary winding and it is selected such a way that only the required amount of current passes through the meter. It can be switched to different values to alter the range of ammeter. However, the method of changing the number of primary turns by using additional terminals on the primary winding can also be used to change the range of the instrument. So this is about AC ammeter. So in this video we have seen about AC voltmeter, in that full wave, half wave and half bridge full wave rectifier type voltmeter as well as AC ammeter. So thank you for watching this video.